Hey everyone, welcome to another show of Make a Move with Jessie Vargas. Today we're talking about the Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz fight. It's going to be interesting. We have one fighter that has dedicated to the fight game all his life, which has been Nate Diaz. And then we also have Jake Paul, who recently came into the boxing scene early on, but he's been really advancing quickly. He has the power that he has shown with knocking out a few of his opponents, but he's gaining experience really quickly. That I will say. When it comes to his opponent, Nate Diaz, I mean, Nate Diaz has been in there with many UFC fighters, right? Which most of his career has been in MMA, but I'd say Conor McGregor, as you know, but he's also been in there in the ring with Andre Ward. Andre Ward has been known as one of the best powerhouse fighters in his time, right? And he has said in interviews that Nate Diaz and his brother helped prepare Andre Ward for other fights in the past. That means that these guys know how to mix it in with professional boxers. That means they must be able to compete because no boxer will have a sparring partner or someone help them that doesn't know how to box, that doesn't know how to defend themselves. But Andre Ward has, and that's the reason why I would say that he has had some experience in the boxing game, and that will help him. But overall, who has the advantage in this fight? I would have to say that Jake Paul has the advantage because of the size, because of his power, because of the weight difference. The weight is definitely an advantage, which is going to be benefiting Jake Paul. But I mean, at the end of the day, we just have to wait and see. What Nate Diaz can do in order to benefit him is fight him in the inside. Right? Fight him in the inside, make it nasty, make it dirty. Why? Because Jake Paul, he hasn't been in the boxing ring long enough to know exactly the rough and tough style of fighting, to be honest with you. That's just my personal opinion. We'll have to find out, of course, but there's very few fighters that do know how to do it, that have been doing this boxing game for so long. Now, what makes us think that someone that's been doing it since 2020 would be able to adapt to that style? So if Nate Diaz is able to put that pressure nice and close and really dig in with those body shots, push him, kind of shove him and punch him at the same time, which is legal as long as not holding or giving elbows, right? That can benefit Nate Diaz, and I think that's the only way for him to come out victorious. What does Jake Paul have to do? Jake Paul has to do the same thing he did with Tommy Fury. Just box around. Of course, he didn't win the fight against Tommy Fury, but he had a good idea. And he did a good job of boxing against a boxer like Tommy Fury. Because, I mean, he wasn't getting hit that much. I give him a lot of credit. He didn't win, but he gained credit from me and from many in the boxing scene because Tommy Fury has been doing it for many years. Going back to the story, going back to this fight, is that if he does that and is able to touch Nate Diaz from the outside, that 1-2, those nice hooks from the outside, I think he could take down Nate Diaz, in my opinion, just because he has the power, right? He has the reach advantage. If he uses it, then he can definitely win this fight. Nate Diaz is a durable fighter, right? He can't take a punch, but in the boxing game, for that many rounds, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to withstand those type of punches straight to the face, right? Because there's only one focus, and it's the punches. And if Jake Paul is able to counterpunch him with some good shots, right, before Nate Diaz comes into that inside distance, then he should be fine. He should be able to come out victorious by knockout. But if he lets Nate Diaz rush in, and he's not going to really know what to do, and he's going to smother his punches, right? That's going to be beneficial for Nate Diaz. And then after that, he could take some shots, some liver shots, shots to the head. Pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? That's the way Nate Diaz should fight, in my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Send a comment here, subscribe, please. And we still have several more days before this fight takes place. We'll do other videos just to talk Jake Paul against Nate Diaz. But that is my opinion as of now. If I put my money on anybody in this fight, I think it'd be Jake Paul. But those are the two ways that this fight can take place. We'll have to figure it out.